Hello, everybody. I'm just going live to go live today. I have not been um, out and about a whole lot, and I missed my lives this week, so I thought I'd come in and say hi to everybody. Hello, how are you doing? Um, so, um, we just like to have a lot of fun. It's just fun here. Hello, Idaho Garden Girl. Good to see you. Um, if you want the link, I can email you guys. Or I might put it in the chat. I just thought I'd see how everybody was doing and uh, see if anybody wanted to come up and have some just fun. It's a relaxing cold Friday here. It's very cold. It's 27 degrees or 37 degrees here, and I don't want to really do much, but stay under the covers or with a good book or something like that. So just here to have fun. We have a lot going on. Are you guys all ready for the holidays? I am making, hey, Homestead, in the Woody. Okay, that is an interesting name. Nice to meet you. Um, Hello, Linda. Nice to meet you. Good to meet everybody. Um, Hello, Dee. Good to meet you. We are building a new homestead. I don't know if there's a few people in here that don't know my story. Right now, we are living in a rental. We moved from Oregon to Tennessee, and we are building a homestead. Um, right now, we're building our house, and we just got in roughed in plumbing, and then by the 30th, um, oh wow, by the 30th, we are going to have our concrete down, and we're building a barn dominium in name only. If you look at our channel, you can see some of the work that we've done on. We had to clear some trees to put in power lines. We've um, had to level and put in a road and do all kinds of crazy stuff. We bought a tractor and to help haul the trees aside, and um, tractor's name is Mabel. Of course, you have to name your tools, right? Um, and hello, Bearded Eagle. Good to see you. And Drunken. So we've done a lot of work on our homestead, and that's plus I also bake and do all the normal homestead stuff. We had a homestead in Oregon. We started like a lot of people did during the 2020 season, and we um, sorry, I'm doing some stuff too. We're doing this. So we built our homestead during the 2020 season and started raising chickens, ducks, turkeys, and rabbits, and then started doing a garden. And we've always wanted property, so we started looking in Tennessee where we had some relatives, and we ended up buying um, a property, and we have 130 acres. We started out with 160 acres and sold uh, 30 acres to my brother-in-law, and so that was kind of cool. So we have my brother-in-law and living next door to us, and so that will be fun. We'll both kind of retire next door to each other. So really enjoying having somebody next door to us and all of that stuff that goes along with that. He is a really nice guy. We get along really well, so that's always good. And so it was nice. Our property went up in the time that we purchased it. We purchased it in early 2021, and sold it, a year later, and it had gone up quite a bit because this area of Tennessee is growing like crazy. So we've done that, and so the work is coming along. We had a big break in between the area where we cleared the land, and because we started off with, we were going to do the tiny home thing like everybody else does, and then build a home when we had the money for it. And so we purchased a tiny home, put it on the land, got it all set, was about to build inside, and my mother-in-law, who moved up here, or over here to Tennessee, said, well, I wouldn't mind moving with you. And so we decided, okay, let's do that, but we're going to need a bigger home. And so we did that. Shh. And have enjoyed it. So we have our plans and everything on YouTube. You can go back and see that. The people that were building our home, they're going to just build the shell, and then we're going to finish out the inside. I don't know how much of the work we're going to do ourselves, but we are our own contractors on the property, and so makes it a little bit interesting. We have done a lot of the road work ourselves. We took down the trees ourselves. We even moved the tiny home ourselves. There's a video of us moving the tiny home. We cut down some trees, put the tiny home while it was up on blocks, stuck the trees underneath them, you just kind of push them with the tractor, and then set the tiny home down with jacks and did it slowly, which is kind of crazy. That video's out there, and just my husband and I, which was really scary, and set it down slowly, one side and then the other side and then the other side, and then we pushed it with the tractor across the property, and it was just kind of crazy how that worked out because we couldn't find anybody that could move it for us. So the people that brought us the tiny home had so much work that year in 2021, because that's what people were doing. They were buying tiny homes to live in, or tiny sheds, like a shed to home kind of thing. And so that's what was going on. So about $100 worth of groceries, a 22-pound turkey. Is anybody having trouble finding turkeys? Hi, Southern Roots. Good to see you. Good to see you, Sherry. Because I heard that turkeys were down. So I'm going to put the link in the chat for a little bit. I do need to see your face if you come up, just because we've had some incidents within our area of people doing some nasty things. So there's the link if somebody wants to come up and chat with us. We're just here to have fun, to learn about each other. Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, it is hard to start over. I mean, I feel like, I'm 52. um, but yeah, it's it is hard to start over. That's why we're having so much of the work done by other people, because we're kind of, you see these young people starting these homesteads, and um, I have two herniated discs in my back, so I don't think I'd be, I'm a gardener, and I'm going to do a lot of that stuff. And we'll build like stuff like chicken coops and shelters for pigs and cows and things like that. But I don't see us doing much uh, of building the house, other than if we get help. We did move a huge door. We have a video where my husband and I moved a double door into our storage unit, because we have some of our stuff in storage. Um, our front door, we had to move in storage by ourselves, and we didn't have a, a dolly or anything to help move it, and it was pretty pretty comical. Not easy, because it's real heavy, and so um, yeah, yeah. Yeah, our house probably wouldn't even be as big as that we're going to make it, if we didn't have my mother-in-law moving in with us. Our house is basically two master bedrooms and a studio with a nice big kitchen, because we love to can and cook, and I do bake. I bake all my own bread and all that stuff. So it is a lot of fun to do that. And so I do a lot of bread making videos and canning videos, and just cooking videos in general. So, but it's always nice to meet older homesteaders. Please feel free to share your link. If you type in the word love, it will share your link out so that we can get to know you. It's always great to get to know people and new homesteaders. Um, yes, a big country kitchen, because we like to cook. And not a lot of people like to cook, but we like to, for sure. And so um, my husband cooks more than I do. He's actually a better cook than I do. I'm more of a baker than a cook, um, but I can bake. So that's good. Um, so we all kind of have our roles. My mother-in-law is teaching me a lot about cooking, because my mother didn't really teach me cooking much. Um, she she didn't like cooking much, so you know, uh, it's just the way it goes sometimes. Um, so I'm sorry, I'm going to do something real quick, but yeah, feel free to type in the word love, and it will share your channel out. So um, we can get to know you, since there is some new people in here. Linda, mixed up in a mess. I like that name. That's really cool. Oh, okay. Hey, Hendo, how you doing? Thank you for coming in. Please, everybody, give me a thumbs up if you could. That might drive this a little more, so people can come in, and that would be great. Oh, thank you, Hedge. Hendo, for sharing it out. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. We're spending a lot of time. Um, I do recommend, like, if you guys are getting contractors to build a house, really work hard on getting more than one bid, because it really has made a huge difference for us. Um, so there you guys go. If you want to get to know their channel. So it has made a huge difference within thousands of dollars. And try to go as local as you can, because we have saved literally probably so far $15,000 off the cost of our home by shopping around a lot and then taking references and all kinds of stuff. And the reason and how we've done that is literally by just literally asking our neighbors who they use, what they use, who's good in town. We went to the local guy there in town, the local hardware store, and asked them who's good, who's always working, who's, just by, making connections in your local town. It's a real small town that we're moving into, so it's really nice because we're actually making connections with the people in town there as we're doing that. So I really like that. So oh. Yep. Ooh, nice old cars. Cool. D, like your channel, just subscribe to your channel. I will go back and watch later. Hey, Jesse, how you doing? I am just chatting away about what's going on the homestead. Just having a good old time. If you guys could share us out, that would be great. If you have a link to your channel there, and I'm sorry, I'm trying to share it out too so that we get some more people in here, because we like to do that. Norman, be quiet. Sorry, I'm kind of on the dog because he likes to bark a little bit here and there, and I have somebody that works nice in the house. Hi, Squirrel. Good to see you in here. Good to see you. Hey, Tiny Tim. Good to see you. The link is in the chat. I think I'm going to pin it to the top, if I can find it myself. You do have to show your face because we don't want another problem like we had the other day, where somebody came up and did bad things. So okay, there, it's pinned to the top now. You guys should be able to see it. And if you want to come up, please show your face, and we'd love to have you up here, just to have some fun. So yeah, so we've done that. We got the Ruffton Plumbing in, and we watched that. That was so exciting. We're sitting there. Hey, Queenie. We're sitting there and we're watching our plumbing go in. And the cool thing about that is you're watching your plumbing go in, right? And you're like, that's my toilet. That's my first sink. That's my, and so it's just so exciting when it didn't seem like it was real, like it was really happening until that very moment, that you're really watching all this stuff happen. And it's like, oh my goodness, that's my bathroom sink going in right now. That is just crazy, amazing. And it it had been a long time coming. This has been so far a 2-year journey for us, and we we've gone from, so 2020 we started homesteading, and we were dreaming about buying land before that, so it's even been a longer journey than that. And then we bought our house in 2021, and then moved over here at the beginning of beginning of 2022. No, I'm sorry, at the beginning of 2021. Yeah. So soon after we signed our lease. So I think we bought our house in 2020, or our property in 2021. Yeah, that's when we bought it. Hey, Barb. So yeah, it's just trying to keep it all together in my head. So it was a quick process, and hey, Graham. And so, a lot going on. And so saving the money, getting in and saving all that money by really looking around and finding and getting those references and making sure that we get good, solid people on the land building our home. And so we were really enjoying that whole process. It's stressful. It can be very stressful because it can be just a lot of, I think the most stressful thing is like when we put up our power lines, it was a $45,000 bill because we had to run it halfway through our property. We ran it 44 feet, I think. No, it was more than that. But it was just not 44 feet, 44. It was almost a half a mile that we ran this power line. Let's just put it that way. I'm not the numbers guy. Talk to my husband. And so, all these bigger checks are going out. And, and so it's that can be stressful when you're writing checks that you're like, oh, that gets really stressful because it's like, okay, and just trusting that the process is going to happen. That's the stress, also very stressful for me. My husband's very good, and him being an accountant and managing this project, I trust that. It's the trusting that it's happening. You're hiring people and them following through. The first 2 plumbers that we hired fell through for us, and so we had another plumber in our back pocket, and it worked out, and so and balancing, okay, we need the plumber before this happens, and if this doesn't happen, they're going to, do the concrete on the 30th. So this has to happen before that has to happen. This needs to be filled in before that has to happen. And just, it's like, the plumber comes in and digs these big holes, and you're like, wait a minute, we have to have rock over all of this, and they're coming out on the 30th, and it's like, who does that part? It's like not knowing that, and they're like, oh yeah, the concrete guys does that part. And it's like, oh, but do we need more rock? Just not knowing exactly. We're so green in this. not knowing what we're doing. And so it's an act of faith. Yeah, it takes trust and a little faith, and for sure. But I'm so thankful that I do trust the project. I do trust the well trust the man upstairs. He's working things out. It's all going to come together, and you know, and it's the amazing thing about that is that it's coming together for less money than we expected, like we had estimated. And so it is a real adventure, Hando. And so when it's coming together for less money and, your budget is this, um, I'm very thankful because it leaves room for some of those things that maybe will be more expensive. Um, and so we're very, very happy about that. The wood costs are actually down. The stone cost is very high. Like before we started this project, you could get a big load of stone to go down. Uh, you know, uh, for like I think it was like four something, and now that same stone is like six something a truckload. And and then we're looking at like we have half a mile of stone that has to go down for a driveway. It's quite a bit of stone. So we have our driveway going in probably within the next 2 weeks. We have our well going in the next 2 weeks, and that's another $20,000. We have our septic going in, and that's like 17,000. Thank you, Tammy. And so it's a lot of money, and then I think we just paid a third of the cost of the plumbing, which would be $5,000. When you see those big numbers going, happening, it's scary, but it makes you understand the cost of a home, which is kind of cool because it's like, why does this house cost so much? Well, because these things that go in, we already paid for our cupboards. They're in storage. We bought those early because Menards, we bought them at Menards, and Menards was doing this 11% off sale. And we bought our doors at the same time. There's a whole video on all of that, guys, of that coming in and us putting them in the storage unit. And so we did get the 11% off, but now we're storing them. So I don't know if we're really saving that 11%, and Menards is still running that 11%, but they're only running it until December or something like that, they say now. But so we have those things coming in this week. I can't wait to get water out there. Hi, Linda Peterson. It's good to see you. I can't wait to get the well in. We got quoted for for our AC and back. That's like another 15. Our cupboards costs like 11, which is a really good deal. My husband has this all itemized and done, so it's a lot of money, but that's what goes into your house. If you looked at your house and your cupboards, and if you've redone your kitchen lately, that just a kitchen alone is very expensive. So we're trying to do it right. This is going to be the home we retire in. One of the things that we're doing, because we plan to retire in this home, is that we're making the doors bigger. So they're like 30-inch, 36-inch doors, so that if we ever end up in a wheelchair, we can get through the doors. Another, so that's what we're doing for that. It's all one level. So as we age, we don't have to go up and down stairs. That's also why we have a nice big tractor we can sit in and mow. It does seem like a lot of property to age in, but I think that the plan is eventually, if we don't stay there until we pass, we will sell off some of the property around us so that we can yes, exactly, Dee. It's a lot of money to replace things, and mainly for it's money, a lot of money for the stuff, and then in the area that we live, you don't. The only thing that we need inspected is literally the septic, and you have to get a license or a permit for that, and then you have to have your electric inspected. You don't have to have a permit for it. So that's really nice where we live that we have that. Thank you so much, Jesse, for sharing links. Hello, Brampton. It's good to see you. So we're doing that, but right now, one of the things that I've been working on is composting while we're here, making sure that we're getting compost for our gardens put in. You made me think of gardens, Brampton. See how you go? Hey, Danny. The link is in the top if anybody wants to come up here and join me. We're just here to have fun. I'm just talking about what's going on with our land, because that's what's going on with me. So we have that going on. So one of the things that we're working out, the same guy that's doing our driveway is going to make a nice level area for garden, for food plot garden. And I think I'm going to, as I get chickens, I'm going to put the chickens out there on that garden in the beginning. We don't have any animals yet. I'm missing animals terribly. I so miss having chickens and stuff like that. We have our dogs, but I think chickens are the coolest animals ever. They lay eggs. They give you stuff, nitrogen for your garden, and you can eat them. And they're delicious. So, I mean, what better animal can you have, right? They are some of the cheapest. They're constantly giving you food, especially if you get the right kind of chicken. They're constantly giving you food. What a blessing, a chicken is. We'll probably do turkeys. We'll probably do rabbits, because I love that. Well, rabbits or goats. Goats are a little more expensive to feed, so I don't know. One thing I do love about rabbits is they are easy to breed. They're cheaper to feed. And we had them. They take up little space. We had them in Oregon because they were so quiet. nobody knew you had them in your backyard. Um, you they bred like crazy. I mean, they're easy to breed. Um, but the only thing I worry about rabbits is the diseases that are going around. Um, we had a lot of wild rabbits in our backyard, and a couple of the kits, which are baby rabbits, got uh, affected by that disease, and it's such a horrible way for rabbits to die. Um, so that was really sad. So I don't know if I can stomach doing rabbits again. Oh, how old are your chickens, Danny? Because it does take a while. I'm gonna do turkeys probably too, but I'm gonna do a heritage breed this time. Turkeys are the coolest animals too. They have so much personality that it's hard not to get attached to them. That's the only problem with turkeys. I find myself really getting attached to turkeys and rabbits, and well, not so much rabbits. I think the rabbits for me were the easiest ones to butcher, and I think it's because rabbits they're not cuddly. You know, if you don't cuddle them a lot. If the rabbits that you keep in your home, you can cuddle them and keep them close and stuff like that. But rabbits don't like to be with each other most of the time. They weren't, mine weren't cuddly, even though I handled them quite a bit. They weren't cuddly. I had them when they were quite young, so I raised them to be. I could cut their nails, but that was about all I could do with my rabbits. They didn't want to cuddle up, but that's, they're the meat breed. They're not, like that. And so I had less issue processing them, even though you look at them in pictures and stuff like that. Oh, cute, cuddly, but you hold them, and if they don't want to be held, they're getting down because they'll scratch the what out of you. So a couple of goats will eat a lot of grass. Yes, that's true. Although they won't eat broom sage, and that's what I have on my property, a lot of broom sage. You got deer in your garden. Oh no. We are going to put up some big fences for deer because we do have a lot of deer on the property. So I don't want, and deer carry diseases and a lot of ticks. So that's one thing that we need to do is we need to get a dog, because we have a lot of coyotes. We have a really, my brother-in-law has a couple game cams up around our property and his, and there is a big coyote on our property. He is big. He looks like a wolf, does not look like a coyote, and it's really scary. We're looking at him, and the area that he's in, I know what the sizes of the trees are and stuff like that. And so you're looking at it and you're like, oh my goodness. Goats don't eat grass. Okay. Okay. So I need to get goats, and then when I finally do get grass, I need to get sheep. Thank you, Rebel. Tammy, thank you so much. That's good to know, because so I need to get goats because I do have a lot of blackberry. So I need goats, I think, to take care of that blackberry. Before I get cows on there, I don't want them to get Blackfoot, which is a disease caused by, well, basically it's them getting the stickers in their hoofs, because they do have real soft hoofs. So Oh, okay. You got to get. Yeah, I think you got to kind of handle that rooster a lot. How many roosters did you have? And it's only good to have one rooster. It's like male turkeys. You only want one. You really don't want more than one male turkey because they will fight each other too. And I don't know if your roosters were fighting each other, Danny or Danielle. Two, yeah. So you don't have any roosters anymore? You got rid of both of them? Yeah, they were fighting. I would have got rid of one and saw what that did. Did you process them yourself? We have processed our own turkeys, chickens, and rabbits. I thought it was going to be a lot harder than it was. We did get meat chickens. I think meat chickens are a lot easier to process than a chicken that you raise for eggs because, well, one, their meat chickens are better tasting, hands down. Two, they 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 whatchamacallit, as chickens age, they're not as good, even in soup. I'd rather boil them and give them meat, or just use the carcass to grow my garden, bury it deep in my garden, and during the winter, and or put it in the compost. I know a lot of people say don't put meat in your compost, but the meat and the bones, you really want, if you want to grow some big pineapples or pineapples, big melons of any kind, you bury. Uh, um, I have it in this book here. Compost Everything by David the Good. Um, he does this thing where he buries um, like a carcass of something. He buries wood char and then a bunch of like just straight up compost on top of that, and digs it about 4 feet deep or less. A nice big mound. Kind of puts a mound on it. Hi, Radio Jonesy. Um, and then he'll grow stuff on top of that, and he has the best luck. And so I kind of did a version of that. I didn't use meat because I was doing it I had raised beds here on the property, and what I did is with those raised beds, I put in old wood, which is a good thing to do too, like wood that's already kind of composting down. And then I did wood char because we burned the broom sage on our property, so we had lots of bits of charred wood, and I put that in there. And then I had taken some compost that I'd already composted down and put it in the bottom of my garden bed, and also tons of leaves and some grass. And what that did is, and then I planted my garden on top of that. I had two different tomato plants. The tomato plant that was in regular soil that didn't have any of that kind of stunted, and this other tomato plant just grew and grew and grew and grew. And they were both indeterminate, meaning that they intermittently grow. They'll continue to grow until you lop off their tops. So it just made a huge difference. And so that was kind of my challenge there, is that continued to grow. And the tomatoes lasted a long time. They didn't get blight or disease. And so that was really good. Now, Danny, are you using any of your compost are you putting, like, one of the things that I want to do is, because we have such a pest problem on the property right now as far as coyotes, and we don't have a guardian dog yet. and Norman or Astro. I mean, Astro would see a coyote and probably run. Um, is that we want to build a nice enclosed coop to start with, and then, or something that we can move that's really, really sturdy. So we are going to probably just put all our compost in with the chickens and let them process it for us, and put tons of wood chips in there with them. There is a place just down the road from where we live, where I can get wood chips, a huge load for like $10, huge load. And I don't think they'll deliver it, but we'll see. We're going to call them soon and see what we can, maybe even start getting wood chips out there now. Hey, Glenn, good to see you, and 12 Stone Ranch, good to see you. So that's one of the things that we want to do is get that nice big garden area built up. We're going to put a nice big tall fence around it. I don't know if I'll go as tall as I don't know if you guys have seen Cog Hill and how he's done his garden. He actually doesn't have a real tall fence, but what he has is he puts those really high flags up, and it keeps most of the birds out of his garden. And he doesn't seem to have a lot of problem with deer in the garden, because they can't tell if there's a fence in between that area where the high flags are. And so I'm thinking about doing that. And instead of building a really high fence, I don't know, Glenn, what do you think about that? Because I really want to have that nice big area. And so I still got to get my soil tested too, is one of the things I need to do. Oh, sorry. Danny, do you, what I'm planning to do with my chickens is I put in all my food scraps with my chickens, and then I let them dig that around with some wood chips. And then a year, when you go to clean that out, you put about wood chips, that much, wood chips in with your chickens, and then you're throwing your compost, like your food scraps, on top of those wood chips. And then what happens is that breaks down, and your chickens dig into it and process it for you, eat, some stuff, and it attracts bugs, which the chickens love. And then you got nice healthy eggs. And then you, at the end of the maybe 6 months or something, you pull all those wood chips out and you set those aside and let those create a really nice compost for you. It's got all that chicken manure in there, so it's hot. So you have to wait, another 6 to 12 months for that to process. But as you're waiting for that to process, you got more clean wood chips in there, and you're starting the process all over again. And that chicken compost makes such an amazing compost for your garden. The wood chips break down. It keeps the smell down from your chickens. It makes the chickens healthier because they've got a dry place to step on. Chickens don't like wet feet. I don't know if you guys know that, but they do not like wet feet. And so they'll actually lay more eggs if they have a nice dry area to stay in. They don't like the cold either. So if you're having trouble, this is a season where you are thinking, okay, the nights are darker. Do I need to put a light in? If you do it, don't leave it on all night. Put a timer on that light and just have it make up the difference. Have it run until 9 o'clock and then turn it off. So for those few hours, and you'll continue to get a good amount of eggs too. So yes, Linda. That's what I did. What I did at my homestead in Oregon is I did something called, and it's a Joel Salatin idea. And I don't know if you follow Joel Salatin at all. Love Joel Salatin. What I did for my chickens there, I made what they call a rack-in house. Hi, Ginger. And the rack-in house was literally, I had my chickens and my ducks and shh, Norman, quiet. My chickens, my ducks, and my turkeys, all in one area. And then, because it rained so much in Oregon, I had my rabbits under a dry area. And so, if you look at my old videos, you can see this dry area. And I put a layer, probably a foot, like 16 inches of wood chips under my rabbits. And my chickens would always be under there because they loved to go there. It was dry. They would hang out there and dig for worms and dig for bugs inside the wood chips. Make sure that you're using the right wood chips. You don't want to use cedar to put under there. But so they would dig and dig and dig and dig in there, and all their manure would go in there. The rabbits' manure would go straight down there. So it would control the manure, the smell. You knew you had to change it if it started to smell. The chickens would rotate those wood chips for you because they would start digging for the bugs and start digging because worms would start to develop in there and all kinds of stuff. So they would dig for those worms. They absolutely loved it. It was like the chicken haven of everything. And so they would dig in there so deep and so nice that that would mix all of that stuff together. So it would mix in the urine. It would mix in the all the rabbit manure, their manure themselves. The chickens would do the work for you. And so all you had to do is at the end of 6 months or a year is preferable. So if it's starting to smell, you can always put more wood chips on top. You throw in your chicken, all your scraps in there, and the chickens eat that and dig that into the soil as well. You have the best black gold at the end of it. And it is so amazing, so lovely. And I tell you, my garden grows like crazy when I do that. It's like gold. And you're not paying for compost bags that are like $12 a bag for your organic compost. And so, hey, Gail, good to see you in here. So it was absolutely amazing. And what was sad is when I left that and I made this beautiful garden, I missed my garden so much because I would have had so much fruit this summer. And, I had to start from scratch. I still had a lot of fruit, though. Still had a lot of fruit because what I did is I did buy bags of soil, put them in my compost, but I had the idea that I got from Compost Everything from David the Good to do that, put all that stuff in, and everything that I had, all that wood char. I had the old broken down wood from my property, those leaves, all of that stuff made such a beautiful garden. I wasn't expecting to grow what I could that I did this year in the backyard, except for the bug pressure. So I'm learning how to, thank you, Hendo. I'm learning how to get that bug pressure down is going to be my number one goal next year, and learning how to do all that. So yes, I love having the chickens. Yes, you want to keep your wood chips Hey, you're in your bunker today.
Yeah.
You want to keep your wood chips covered for sure. You don't want them to break down in the rain if you have them outside. You want them because they do collect the manure and the urine a lot better if they are covered. Since you're here, I'm going to run to the restroom real quick. Thank you, Bill. He'll entertain you. He can talk about compost. I'm sure you could.
Yeah. Well, I did here on my compound. I had a lot of cow manure on the area here, and I kind of scooped it all up, and I've been piling all the grass clippings from the nearly 2/3 of an acre of lawn the place came with, and piling up. And the longer it sits out there, the better it's going. But like Homestead in the Wood D said, if you have a place to store wood chips, pile them up. Also, if you are piling up the wood chips and you have a source of cow manure, dump it on there too. That way the cow manure will start getting the wood chips to break down until you go to use them. And that way it already has adding stuff back into it. You can also, on piles of wood chips that are going to be sitting there for a year or so, plant some, I haven't bring up peas, beans, and other stuff, vegetable. They will grow in the wood chips, and they'll put nitrogen into it. It's the Gillen Berry Show now. Yeah, and since Laura stepped out, guys, you can help her out. Over on my Gray Man Prepping, I'm running a 1,000 subscriber giveaway contest, and you can help her out if you're not subscribed to Gray Man Prepping, and it's Gray with an A. Go over there and say Laura sent me when you subscribe, and watch a couple of the videos over there. And you work on the videos, you know, Laura sent me, and whatever else comment you want. That way she gets a point. Right now she's tied with three other people. There's 4 of them that are tied for 5th and 6th place. So she'd appreciate it if you help her make sure she gets one of the prizes over there.
I would love one of the prizes over there. I'd love that book. If I don't win that book, I have to go buy that book, because having a medical background, I would like to have more knowledge. So more knowledge is good. Hey, Yuga.
Yeah, this is the $80 book that actually the author sent me for the giveaway,
which was really cool, and he signed it. So
yeah, Doc Bones and Nurse Amy autographed it.
Yeah, and I think they have a channel too. Am I right?
Their channel is Doc Bones Nurse Amy here on YouTube. It's Doc Bones, one word, space Nurse Amy, and then they also have the doomandbloom.net website, where they have tons of blogs and stuff and information and all sorts of first aid kits, medical kits, dental first aid kit, stop the bleed, tourniquet ones, gunshot trauma kits and stuff. Yeah, they're not the cheap crap either from China.
Yeah.
So they donated this book for the giveaway over there. So you can help Laura out by going over there and subscribing, ringing the bell, and then make it easy on yourself. Watch 3 shorts. Just the 3 shorts that put Laura sent me in, or Hedgehog Homestead sent me over. And that helps her get points for the giveaway.
Linda,
and then you can do a video and get points yourself. Do your own shout out video about it.
Say something nice about the short video you watched too.
Yes. I didn't go to medical school, unfortunately. Norman, I feel like I should go back, but I grew up in a home. I was surrounded by nurses. My sister's a nurse, my mom's a nurse, my aunt's a nurse. All these people are nurses. I grew up in the home doing all kinds of medical care for people that were young children and adults, and they had heart conditions, all kinds of conditions that they were born with, or they had drug affected conditions born addicted. Basically, their parents were drug addicts, and so that's how I grew up. I had my own medical foster child, and so I have a lot of knowledge that, and I've done things, all kinds of nursing stuff, so changed trachs. I've done medical procedures and all kinds of stuff that you have to learn to do to take care of these folks. So I would have an RN come in, and I had been doing it so long, they're like, how do you do this? So I can write it up, because I had to work under RN delegation. But I just have a lot of medical knowledge from experience. So.
Yeah. All right, someone's asking about where that channel is. I just put it in the comment there with the link to the giveaway contest video for Gray Man Prepping.
There you go.
And for those that are interested, I've closed the entries for the Camp Patton Family Compound giveaway this evening. We got, what was it? How many? Let me look at where the other one here. So the one tonight is, we got 41 plus, so we got 65 entries for the 3,500 subscriber giveaway on Camp Patton Family Compound.
Awesome.
And what's funny, at the way it's going, I may by Thanksgiving have to start the 4,000 subscriber giveaway, because Camp Patton's going off the hook. Everyone's going over there and subbing to it.
Nice.
And if you're not subbed here, sub to Laura.
Yes, please. I need to grow. I'm slowing down for some reason, and I don't know what the deal is. Probably because I'm not on the weekends.
Folks, and Nurse Amy's link in there as well.
Yeah. They have some really great videos. Yeah, they really do. They have some great stuff.
And if you like following people on Facebook, Doc Bones and Nurse Amy have a Facebook group they started about 4 months ago. Man, that thing's loaded with information. It's hang on here. Bring up my Facebook and see. There we go. And bring it over here and share it. Actually, let me do it this way here. Control C. And there I'm sharing it from the Camp Patton Family Compound. That's the Facebook group. But this, if I can get this to work.
Hello, Susie Jacobson.
Hey, Susie. How many people have chickens in here?
Currently, no.
I have
Plan to. My wife's plans to when she comes up to. So that's the Doc Bones Nurse Amy. That's the Survival Medicine Facebook page for their stuff. And they got tons of stuff and information. And actually, the latest one here, where is it here? Doc Bones accidentally down there in, I walked into an agave plant spine yesterday. And he's getting reactions now today.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So he's documenting his treatment.
Oh, okay. That's really cool. That is really cool.
Yeah, so one of those, oops, ow, washed it. He said he washed it really good and everything else, and all of a sudden it's just swelling up and doing all the other stuff to it.
That's a good place for him, Brampton.
No, in our belly. That's even better place.
Yeah. Chickens are good.
Now with my oven working, I kind of wished I went and got a turkey.
Yeah. You can always, yeah, that's
I
good. I'm
might
glad
still
you.
do it. I don't
Well,
know.
when it comes to chickens, it depends on the breed you get. Some chickens are bigger than some turkeys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My daughter, the first year she did the white Cornish cross,
Yeah.
and she actually did what I Shane, her husband, did what I told him to do with the taking the grain they were feeding him and soak it in water for a couple
Mhm.
days first so it could start to ferment and break down. Those chickens went bloop, and they were
It's
almost
so much better for them too.
froze, and they were almost as big as the turkeys they were raising.
Yeah. You got to watch it though, because Cornish cross, if you overfeed them though, like I've never had a chicken die on me at Cornish cross, but I've had chickens get like bad legs, because they get so fat. So,
Well, thing is with the Cornish cross, I think it was 10 to 15 weeks is harvest time.
it's 8 weeks.
8 weeks.
8 weeks.
8
Yeah.
weeks. Sorry.
8 weeks for Cornish cross, and if you let them go much further than that, that's when they start to get sick, and you'll start to see stuff where people are like, "Oh, I don't like those Cornish cross. They just keel over." Well, they keel over because they're not meant to live that long. They live 8 weeks, and if you're feeding them beyond that, they just get so big. We had an 8-pounder one time, and he was the guy that had the sore leg, and they get so crazy, and they it's like a herd of elephants come in. They stomp their feet and they come over and they'll just eat and eat until they croak. It's so.
Wow, it's not much of a life, is it?
Do your research on how to feed them, because they shouldn't need more than 1.5 pounds of food a day for each chicken. So. Which seems like
right
a
now,
lot.
my daughter's ones out there. Her cheapskate husband is lucky if they get 1 pound.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you feed them and you harvest them. Oh, we want to get even bigger. Yeah.
Yeah. I have actually pictures on my
file. Oh, Susie came in.
Hey, Susie Q.
Susie Jacobson. And Bud Files. Brampton Gardner came in. Scrolling back up to see who I missed coming in.
I'm so glad that my dogs know chickens, because I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, there you go.
Norman actually go in their coop and everything.
I can see that though.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife, when she gets here, is planning on having a section of garden that is made for the chickens to go through and scratch and peck and eat down bugs and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of people have success with that, and then other people have no success. Like, my chickens got into my garden, and I don't know if it was because I fed them from the garden, because I had the chicken coop right next to the garden. So I would, like, if something wasn't looking good, I would just pull it out and give it to the chickens right away.
Yeah.
And they got in my garden because Norman opened the little gate, and
stinking Norman.
Yeah, he was a stinker. And they ate everything. I was so devastated one year. It was like right when things were just starting to take off. There's like this time where things in the spring, in the late spring, where everything just starts to take off. They ate down my garden totally. And everything came back. Almost everything did. But my goodness, yeah, keep your chickens out of your garden unless you're watching them really closely.
Yeah.
Or wait until the stuff is big enough,
right,
that they're not going to hurt it, and then they're going after the bugs and stuff.
Yeah.
I think they did realize where it was coming from, though.
Yeah.
Sure, they were watching where you got it from.
Yeah. And they knew it tasted good because I got it from there. So, yeah. But so not a whole lot of ducks are more successful in the garden as long as you don't let them root too deep. Geese are even better because they don't root as deep. ducks will root really deep, and they're great to get the bugs. That are like, especially like hornworms and stuff like that. They love those, and they will go digging for them because they'll stay in your soil and then come out of your soil and get onto your plants. So they're really good to get those kind of things. So yeah.
My other camera's here as I'm looking off to the side.
So you don't have chickens in your bunker?
No, we have no chickens right now because what my daughter has across the street, she's got like 20 some odd chickens. Actually more, almost 30 some odd chickens because she got an additional 10 Rhode Island Reds this year.
Oh, okay. So you have plenty of eggs coming from there.
Whenever I need eggs, I get eggs from them.
Yeah, nice. So do you help process them? Are you going to help process the meat?
I've never been invited, and it's like, fine, you guys go ahead and do it. I did it enough as a kid. I'll wait till I have my own to process.
Yeah. It's nice to have extra people, extra hands around. Oh, I know.
He's vocal, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. You guys can hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a.
Hey, Norman. I hear you, Norman.
Say hi. Say hi.
Oh,
There you
look
go.
at you pretty puppy.
Yeah, that's my Norman. Yeah,
I
he
want
like.
a bunker like that right there, only just a bit bigger.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the one I want, is this one here with all the food in it, or what's the other one?
It'd be nice to have a bunker.
There you
with
go.
food in it.
There you go.
Yeah. That's nice.
All the freeze-dried food and stuff from Thrive Life.
Mm-hmm.
How about the one in Cheyenne Mountain?
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. That would be all.
That would be cool. You can see what's going on out there in the world without being out there in the world.
But I like to have some of my friends around too.
Yeah.
And things really get tough, I bring in the team.
Yeah.
Of course, the way the snow's been, I kind of need to get this one here.
Hang on, one of those so bad.
Oh, that would be fun.
I don't just want the normal ones. This is a modified one done up by Plan B. It's not they made it into a super crew cab. It's got 3 bench seats in it, and the 2 back bench seats fold down together to make a king size bed.
That's the one that runs off multiple fuels, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought so.
Breed your rabbits in early spring if you're going to do that, because the heat really gets to the mama rabbits if it gets hot. Actually, the early spring, early spring and early fall is the perfect time to breed rabbits.
911 call center.
Yeah.
Emergency Operations Center.
Yeah.
So Barry, are you going to get chickens and stuff?
I don't know yet. Don't know. There might be a change in plans.
Oh.
All right.
I'm telling you, chickens are my husband's like, every time we talk about chickens, he's like, chickens are so cool.
They are.
They are the coolest animals. I love chickens. I mean, constantly making food for you are, producing. I mean, they're making food for you. They're laying eggs. They're doing all that stuff.
Guess what just happened?
What?
Joe put out a video of the 3 of us from here just now. Yeah. Check it out at Hedgehog's Homestead, at Gray Man Prepping, at Storms Radios and Cats.
That doesn't. I quit.
All right, hang on a second here. Let's get over here, and
you gonna watch it?
I'm clocking out.
I'm gonna see what song it is. Hang on here. It went quick. It's only.
Looks like Ginger is watching it. Ginger, I miss having you around, girl. I still got
Oh,
I got little Hedgie over here.
Oh,
the
Ginger got me the hedgehog.
that's
little
oh,
Hedgie.
see. All right, here's the 10-second video that Garden State Gardener did on us, and we're singing "Love to Eat the Turkey." It's so good.
Oh, cool. It's only 10 seconds, so.
Yeah, it's only 10 seconds.
I'm gonna have to retaliate.
If I
How are
could-
you going to retaliate?
I'm not the only one who can use Jib Jab.
Am I frozen? No, I'm not. Okay, there we go. If I could figure out how to make those videos, and of course I'm gonna have to get something a better video card. Yeah, I would be making stuff back at him.
Adam Sandler. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Adam Sandler.
Dylan,
a good
Dylan
musician.
little. Yeah. Little voice.
Little voice, yeah. Squeaky voice a little bit.
Uh-huh. Almost like his Happy Gilmore voice.
You wanna look
Yeah,
at-
free range organic eggs are expensive.
Okay, where's the other one? Hang on. Emoji. Where's the turkey? I got to throw it. There we go. There we go, Joe. There's my comment on it. Oh, Barry ducked out. He's gonna retaliate.
Oh no.
He's gonna put Joe in a tutu.
Yeah, there you go. I gotta look it up now.
Ooh, Brett Broussard just posted. He actually posted about half an hour ago. Grain elevator explosion in Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh, there's another more food shortage.
Mm-hmm. They like to make them up, don't they? Or make them happen, I should say.
Yeah. And here's another preview.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler alert! Food shortage. Grain elevator explodes.
Yeah.
I
That
don't
was
know what happened.
good. That was good, Gil. That
I
was
went to
nice,
turn
Garden
the
State
outdoor
Gardener.
camera on, but it didn't. It just
Oh,
went
no.
haywire.
Yeah, it's nice and cold, isn't it, Barry?
Don't remind me.
Hey, temperature this morning was -1 here, and when I went out to do the little video I did on the saying, reminding everybody that the drawing was this afternoon for Camp Patton, it was 4 degrees out there.
Ugh.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was at
Does it
8.
look
That was at
cold?
8 o'clock. It should have warmed up a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
It's in the 30s here.
Yeah, it's we're usually within 1 degree of each other, Barry and I.
Yeah.
Ooh, it got up to 20 degrees right now.
It's 40 degrees right now here.
And
And
as you can
tonight's
see,
gonna be 24.
we're in the brown part of the season now.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The brown season.
You can see a little green grass kind of sticking up there, and the pond over there is kind of green.
Tomorrow night's going to be 19. Tomorrow's going to be 44. Sunday night's going to be 18. And then Sunday during the day it's going to be 32. Or 39. That's when we're going to go out to our property and film a video for you guys about what's going on the property. So,
I can't wait for next week. It's supposed to warm up. Then.
Let me check.
yeah, I can probably put my potatoes back outside for a little while. I have them in the garage and I'm watering them and stuff. But that reminds me, I need to go turn on the light for them.
Yeah, I thought my water froze the other day and
Yeah.
Yesterday, and turns out it was just the outdoor spigot.
Okay.
So it's funny because I had some insulation laying around and I pull it out of the bag, wrap it around the faucet.
Well, even like a towel will work. One time I didn't have any, and we had this kind of. Well, we went to Disneyland for Christmas and came back to a huge snowstorm, and so I wasn't prepared for this snowstorm. And the foster kid that we had, he had got to go for Make a Dream, or what's the name of that?
Make a
company?
Wish.
Make a Wish. So you got to go for Make a Wish, and senior moment. Talk about that. And so we came back into a snowstorm. I had to drive, in this snow that was piling up. Like we've never seen a snowstorm like that in Oregon that I was aware of. And so I get home and I just wrapped the towels around, and then around the outside spigots, because it got like 4 feet of snow that year. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And then I just wrapped it in duct tape, and that worked. So
Yeah, there's somewhere around here, I've got the housing, an all-weather housing that goes over your spigots. If your spigot is outside, it goes over.
Yeah.
And for the life of me, I can't find it. So that was one of my projects before winter set in.
Hey, Sifting Soil, good to see you in here.
Like last I checked, it was still fall.
Please hit the thumbs up.
Yeah. But it was I think about an hour later it was fine. So, and that side of the front side of the house doesn't get any sun because it's
okay.
This is to the south.
Yeah.
You can't see,
All
and then
right,
over
there's
here
the
is to the
answer right
north. So,
Yeah, the front side of our house is south, and so it gets hit with the sun. And then we have the windows that are really high, and then it just beams into the house. And kind of like you'll be doing the dishes, and for some reason it hits the area right by the sink. You're like blinded by the light, and there's no like window there. So it's a rental home, so we're not going to buy a curtain for there. So we just put up like something to put there temporarily.
YouTube unsubscribed me from Lazy Days Ahead.
That's stupid.
So now I had to re-click subscribe, and I got to wait 5 minutes so I can make a comment on their video for tomorrow.
Oh.
yeah, my back there's a pretty good sized window in the kitchen
Oh, thank you, Lazy Days.
to the backyard.
Jesse and Lisa.
So I get a lot of sunlight from there, and then over here. So in the wintertime, I leave the curtains down. So
You scared me for a minute.
Hey, radio.
Are you badgering us?
No, it's the devil.
That's the devil, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No devils in my
God,
life.
be gone.
Tasmania.
Be gone.
That was really scary because at first looked like one of those, like it was a
It
stuffed.
does look real. It does.
Yeah,
look
it does. It does, especially when you just show the head.
Yeah.
You should have
Welcome
come
to
up with just your face, So ever since,
they would-
yeah,
Huh?
yeah,
Thought of that. But
yeah.
good morning, everybody. How are we?
I'm good. How are you doing?
7 a.m. on a Saturday morning after a night out. I'm feeling a bit rusty.
Yeah.
But
You
I'll
can
apart from
take a
come.
that,
nap later today.
yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah, yeah. I usually take a nap around noon or around this time because I'm, especially when I'm doing lives or I'm going to go up in Gil's live. So, yep, I take
Nice.
the 2:00 nap. So,
Oh well, there's nothing wrong with that.
nope.
I tried taking a nap yesterday. The first time I was getting ready to take a nap, knock, knock, knock. Here's Oliver. He wants to come over here.
Yeah, it's hard when you got grandkids living across
And
the
then,
street.
then after him being over for a couple hours, he wanted to go home. Took him back. I get back over here. My phone goes off. Can you take Danny over there? He's running wild. Bring him over here. He comes over. I go, what do you want? Cheese stick. Give him a cheese stick. What else do you want? He goes, Halloween, which means he wants to be put on the Halloween videos, the sing-along
okay.
videos.
Yeah.
He sat there for an hour and a half, just with the videos.
Oh, cool. Hey, Hardneck.
Like I tried telling her, I know you're sick of the Halloween videos, but just put the one on. It's an hour and 2 minutes. They'll all sit there and watch it.
Yeah.
And they'll sing along with it.
So how's things going in Tasmania?
Gotta love it.
How's the garden?
It's springtime. The garden's grass is growing great.
Great.
The vegetables, yeah, but the vegetables are a species to species because of the local wildlife. Yeah, they come in and
Oh, the local rue
clean it.
or two.
Yeah, the patty melons or 5. I've sort of given up. I've got a high table. I'm building because we get cold winters, I'm going to build a greenhouse and basically just have a sealed up greenhouse with a couple of windows that open up for summer, and that's the plan.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, well, I got to keep. I like growing capsicums because they're so dear down here, or peppers, bell peppers, whatever you want to call them. Tomatoes, like you're talking about tomatoes before. A good thing that I like to do is put a fish carcass in a hole and put the tomato on top, and that seems to work for me.
Works great. That works great.
I'm gonna put another log on the fire. I'll be back.
On your berry, and
That is weird.
Yeah, it's doing that. It does that.
I'll just mute the mic.
Okay.
yeah, you can still do it. Yeah. No, but we got a wild and woolly weather pattern again coming into. It's overcast, cloudy, cold, and
I can see the wind in the background on your window.
oh yeah, and well at the front. Well, if we can get through the fly screen, there we go. It's a bit overcast and cloudy, and sort of I've got another channel which I film beaches. I just film beaches, but I'd like to go down on a Saturday, Friday, or Sunday, but I think the weather's just too terrible today to do any of that. Who wants to see a beach on a coldy, wet, rainy rain?
I like to go to the beach during a storm, though. It's kind of exciting, but I don't know if you can capture that on camera, like the big waves and the wind and the storm coming in. It's kind of ominous.
It is. With the this little toy, it's got a like the microphone's a stereo.
Oh yeah.
That's what. And it the wind just hits it, and
yeah.
so the ocean, you just hear the wind. It's hard to put a sock around. You know how they say put a windsock?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, kind of hard to put a windsock on that one.
Although you think you could put it over the metal part of it where it's sticking out, at least put it over that part.
Yeah, well, it is a
small piece of foam or something like that, or take one of your foams off, like a microphone, and just put it on there. That might work.
Yeah, I've got
or even a piece of
sock.
Yeah.
Actually,
Not a sock necessarily. Piece of fur, like a fake fur, that works really well. Like this is my adapter for my GoPro, and these come off. So, I mean, you could probably get something like that, the little bit of foamy piece. You know what? You're a musician. You know what I'm talking about.
Well, I got a GoPro here. I got another. I'll show you this camera, but I'll definitely do this.
Yeah, he dropped out.
I'm still here.
He's
I
still
know.
here.
You did your
You're just
cam, and you went ghost.
Yeah. Whenever
that's-
somebody blocks out their camera, it makes them a different disembodied voice for some reason. I don't know
There's
what
a
you
setting. There's a
StreamYard.
setting in settings for that in StreamYard. It's for deliberately. Where is that setting?
I didn't know that
camera.
was a setting. It must have gotten
Yeah, no,
lost.
it is.
It's probably on Laura's, because only on Laura's.
Right.
She's the
Yeah.
master one, so it's somewhere in there. One of those ones.
Yeah, it's for the avatar. It says avatar. Anyway, this is a bigger one with that wing, that foam.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but
that actually might fit over that.
well, this one's just as. This
Yeah.
one's got the stereo mics
The stereo
as well.
too.
They're all music cameras, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
But, that's what I like to do. It's my passion.
Film music,
Yeah,
or musicians, I should say.
yeah. It sort of. It started with me where I used to go to a venue and say, "Oh man, it was an awesome gig. It sounded fabulous," and then people would watch a phone recording and all say comments like, "Oh, it didn't sound that good. It sounded pretty, yeah, it sounded pretty bad." And I said,
Mhm.
"Oh mate, no, it's just a poor phone recording." And then once you go and buy some good equipment and you get the right audio in the right part of the room,
Mhm.
people will go, "Oh man, that did sound so cool."
Yeah.
And that was my that started me off on the quest of capturing audio and video. Oh man, but last night I done some work at a local music venue.
Mhm.
I was the spruiker, which MC, whatever you want to call it, but country music legend was down here, and
Oh, cool.
yeah, well, I just
That's the one thing about when you shoot a video too. If your sound is poor, you can actually look at your videos and if you have poor sound, those videos don't seem to do as well. You know what I mean? It's almost more important than the actual visual portion of your videos. And so
yeah.
I've noticed that with mine.
I filmed some beach footage where the waves are sounding crystal clear and pristine, and
Wow.
it makes the video look better. And then I've got
Mhm.
the same sort of footage with the sort of noise in the background, and it doesn't get as many views. And it's because people just get turned off. So
Yeah.
they watch it and they go, "Oh, I'm going to the next one."
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the hard thing about filming on our property is the wind noise. I like to use I need to use my GoPros more, and I haven't been using them that much. I have the Rogue mics, and they seem to work really well with the wind.
You know why? You know why? You said road
Yeah.
because they're Australian.
Ah. There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, Rogues mic. I like them.
Australian.
Except I struggle with the like one of them's really loud and one of them's really quiet, and I got to figure out how to fix that again. Yep, there you go.
That's the best.
Oh, a whole soundboard, nice. Love it.
Anyway,
I need one of those. Was that expensive?
unfortunately, yes. Don't tell the wife, but I bought it. And no, we were doing podcasts last year, and
Oh,
we need
okay.
something. You get four channels here. You can have 4 microphones,
Yep.
telephone line in, a Bluetooth line in. So there could be 2
Okay.
telephones. So you can have
Yeah.
two people on the phone, as
Mhm.
well as 4 people in on your podcast, and it
Right.
works well. Yeah.
Cool.
There's my little.
Your little sticker board.
Yeah, there's not too many people on
I
there.
need to send you a sticker.
Yeah, I've got about 5 more blue sheets. Oh, I got one of them too, Barry.
Ooh, nice, Barry.
Behringer. Is that a Behringer?
What kind is that, Barry? We used to have a Behringer.
Yeah, it's a 1202 FX Behringer.
Okay.
Yeah, nice. Yeah,
Nice.
Really nice audio effects in it too.
Yeah, I got one laying in a box here somewhere.
Yeah, that one needs a new pot put in it. It's only 2 years old.
Anyway, I bought. I don't know how you do your sticker boards, but I just bought cardboard from the local
Dollar store.
Yeah, and I bought 4 of them, and I still haven't filled that one. Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Oh, my sticker board is the back of this laptop.
I started on the back of my laptop because I started getting stickers when we were moving here to Tennessee. And then it's like, well, I got those now. So I need to get a new one for Courtney for this one here. And anybody else who wants to send me a sticker,
I've got some
email
ordered.
me.
I'm waiting for them to turn up.
Mm.
It's for me to post packages. It's really expensive out of the country, but
Yeah.
for me to post an envelope with a sticker in it is easy. So,
Yeah. There's, well, I don't want to put that up there.
Yellow's head is steaming.
Yep.
What?
Your head is
Thought-
steaming.
No, I got the humidifier going.
It looks like you're angry.
It's okay,
Nancy,
Gil.
I'm going to get you.
It's okay, Gil.
And everybody
We're
can figure out
mad,
which
we're
Nancy
mad.
I'm talking about.
The economy's got us angry too. We're steaming.
Yeah.
Right too.
yeah. So I just turned on I woke up, turned on this morning, and your lovely face was on there, all by yourself, talking about gardening. And I thought I'll listen to this while I'm cooking some breakfast.
Nice.
And then the dog wanted to kiss me and bite me and do everything that dogs do. And once I got out of he's a pup, once I said to the lovely wife, "Hey, I'm going out to the studio." She says, "You're just getting away from the dog." I said, "Yes, but there might be some people out here I can have a conversation with
Yeah.
instead
Yeah.
of going, 'Oh, you're a pretty boy," and
Yeah. He's so cute.
he drives you crazy.
Yeah. He how old is the Shih Tzu now? It's a Shih Tzu, right?
Yeah, he's a Shih Tzu cross. Is it a Lauchin or Lao Chow or Lao? They got like a longer nose than a Shih Tzu.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
So he might
he's-
have better breathing issues, or better.
Oh,
He
yeah.
won't have those breathing issues that the Shih Tzus have.
Yeah, he hasn't got the flat nose. He's got the big nose.
Yeah.
Apparently they
Definitely has breathing problems.
shave the back of him in the shows that they go to, and make him look like a lion. So the back of him is really little, and the front part's all furry. And
Mhm.
yeah, and I go, yeah, just keep him furry. He looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it is cold down here, so no,
Yeah,
he's won the
Yeah.
family over. The
Yeah.
family love everyone's. Oh, he's adorable. I go, yeah, but he's a pup, so like at 5 a.m. in the morning, it's,
Mhm. I gotta go. Well, and then little dogs tend to go more than bigger dogs, too. So,
oh, he just wants attention.
oh, okay.
He hears someone. He's in puppy prison. We got a nice little cage inside the house, so he's in this little pen, and
Yeah.
he plays. He's got more toys than a grandchild would ever have, and he's squeaking. He's got the one of the daughters bought him this little chicken, which is about this big, and it squeaks like there's no tomorrow, and all you hear all night long is whack, 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 and he's chewing away on this chicken.
I need to
There you
charge
go.
this one's collar. He's barking at every little thing, unfortunately. I'm going to remote you. I never have to use it, but I have this shock collar for him, which
All right.
we've used it once. And that's all it took.
Have you met Frank and Tina on their channel? Is it-
Uh-uh.
there's a couple of friends. I've been on. They're one of my very first people that I subscribed to, Frank and Tina, and they bought a shock collar, and
Yeah.
they're funny. They're fun guys. And then she says, "Hey Frank, put the collar on, see if it fits around the size of your neck." And he says, "I will, but you got the batteries out of it." She says, "Yeah," and he puts it on,
Oh,
and she shocked him about 5 times. And
no.
oh man, it was sadly hilarious, but
Mhm.
I felt his pain. And
Devil Dog did that too.
oh, did he? Oh,
Did
Yeah.
he really?
We put on
Oh,
a shock
wow.
collar.
he
Yeah,
doesn't.
That's
no,
good.
His best friend. What's his name?
Belt loop.
No, the other guy. He was
The one cooking, the one who cooks
Marine
now.
as well. But yeah, they
Grilling and chilling with Mojo, that guy, or the chef guy, the
been so
drunken
long,
chef.
I'm not sure, but
No,
they both took a turn
No,
with it,
no.
and it was hilarious. probably the best hour I spent watching.
An hour of just
Yeah,
But
Wow.
He'd give him a chance. He'd give Devil Dog a chance to relax.
Have you guys ever seen the videos where they take they have these pregnant bellies, and they're for newlyweds that are having their first baby, and they want the husband to experience what labor pain feels like?
Yeah,
Those are funny. Those are
BFM.
no,
Yeah.
thank you.
good to see you.
Hey, Rich. Yeah, no, it's yeah, I'm a big socket with pain at the best of times, so I'll just as soon as someone says to you, "Why don't you put that shock collar?" They put a camera on first,
Yeah.
and then they say, "Hey, Frank, put the shock collar on." I've said, "Frank, don't do it. I know what she's like." He's going, "I just want to see if it fits your neck because of the other dog we got, we could get to." Yeah, and oh man, he put it on like a. And next
Oh,
thing you
like-
know, he's on the ground. He's on the ground like a flapping fish.
Oh, we're just hanging out, having a good time. If you want to come up, you can too. CMF, CFM. Sorry,
C-
CFM.
See,
BFM, eh?
yeah.
Yeah,
There's a radio
Hey.
station here called CFM.
is there?
Yeah, I got to get the audio for him because he'd love it.
Yeah.
Tuning in to CFM. Oh, that's nice.
How's your
So-
queen doing, CFM?
Yeah, I hope you're feeling better. They've all been a bit crook.
Yeah, for sure.
How you going, Barry?
Hmm?
I heard you talking before, saying you mightn't have chickens, or you've got some plans.
I'm not sure.
Everything-
We'll have to see how things pan out. So I don't want to say anything and jinx it just yet.
Well, whatever. Good luck with it.
I
Anything
have a girlfriend now, Radio Jonesy, so things have kind of taken a different turn. Yeah,
Wow.
Cupid found me finally.
Awesome, mate. That's great. That's fabulous.
So we'll see. Things could change in 6 months. We don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We've
don't let me
we've
process.
tossed a few things around, So
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
we'll have to see how that works out.
So you don't know if you're staying.
Barry may have somebody sitting next to him during the live streams.
Yeah, yeah. Well, she'll probably do more talking than me because
Oh, is she a talker? Nice.
I may have to. I may have to censor her once in a while, but
I don't get many opportunities to press that button, Barry.
Hey,
so
hey,
thank
hey,
you.
look who's here.
Just make sure my can you hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Barely.
perfect. Barely? Okay, hold on. Here we go.
There you go.
There we go.
That's it.
Yeah,
How's everybody doing today?
pretty
We're
good.
doing good. We're doing good.
Nice. I
Just
woke-
relaxing on a nice cold day.
Yeah, it's pretty cold, yeah. Yeah, she's getting even colder here. It's getting
What
colder
part of
and
Canada
colder.
are you in?
I'm not far from Toronto, so
Okay.
Ontario area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
So-
that's about where I spent my first 9 years.
Well, it's home, I guess.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be the BC of, Banff. I always was heard and told about the springs, how you go 45 minutes up the hill, you can ski and go down. There's springs you can literally get, down into your skivvies and go into. And that always was attracted to me. But all my friends that would go and do this as kids, it was a big thing back in the day to go out in BC, and they would end up coming back a few years later, and saying, hey, like, it's no different anywhere else. Just the prices fluctuate in, down here it might be gas, but up there it's milk, smokes, and cigarettes. You know what I mean? Like, the prices just are so, if you gotta have your ducks in a row if you're gonna make a big move like that. So I never actually committed, but a few times I tried when I was younger. I went for the hitchhike, come out, made it to Niagara Falls, or made it to, what was it, Petawawa, I
Okay.
think it was, and that was it. I come home, I couldn't handle it anymore, I was broke. One ride after another.
Yeah.
I wasn't even halfway, but it was fun, I wish I could definitely see it, but I like out there, Calgary, all those areas.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. So,
Yeah. I was born in Burlington, Ontario, Canada.
Oh, nice. And my grandma, part of my family's like Cannington.
Mm,
So,
okay.
Cannington area just around, but yeah, it's nice. That's really
Yeah.
cool. So, which area, like, are you now?
I'm in Tennessee.
Tennessee. Oh,
Yeah.
see.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah, we're
And
practically.
now, so you have experiences on both sides. Do you have regrets? I wouldn't imagine, no?
No.
No,
I
That's
don't.
I don't
like
think so.
Canadian
There's
rich.
just so much versatility, I think, out in, over the border. Like, yeah, it might have, it's like I said, could be milk, cigarettes, whatever the politics behind what one is better than the other, but it kind of evens out. But the versatility, in the States for the music, it seems Canada is slightly behind. You know what I mean? Like, we get the last of the trending, or we get the tail end of, like, it works its way down the line. Canada's like the end of the tunnel, right? So,
Yeah.
we're still trying to figure out how to get our guns right.
Well, you got some good comedians up there, for sure.
Yeah, but that's cool. So, like, that's really neat. So you lived in
Yeah.
Canada for 9 years, or you were raised were you raised here?
Yeah, for the first 9 years. Yeah.
So
And
far
then we
until
moved to-
9. Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's
Didn't
awesome.
become a citizen of the United States until I was like 37. So.
I
Oh,
should
wow.
Put the chat up here for 1 sec. Just give me 1 sec.
And how did you find that? You really wanted it? You really pushed hard for it? Or
Well,
have you got 50-50? Can you be
you could go 50-50 at the time, but I didn't know that, or I would have gone 50-50. But knowing what I know now, I'm glad I didn't. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'm not,
No regrets.
no regrets. No, I'm an American now. I'm proud of it. So,
Good on you.
Well, we're
Yeah.
glad you're here.
all my dad's relatives are still up there in Ontario. I got some in Alberta, but and then my mom's side is on the west coast of the states, and then I have some in Texas as well. But I'm the only one out here in Tennessee on my side. So
Where's Chris from?
Chris is from Washington.
Cool.
Yeah.
I would have
that's
never guessed that. I swear he's from Kentucky or Tennessee.
The beard make it happen for you.
Yeah, is it in French?
Yeah. Plus, he kind of acts like he's from here, as far as his
You can almost
political
pass
views
as
and stuff.
Amish.
Yeah,
Hey, don't take that the wrong way, Chris. I love you to death, man. But
yeah. He shaved mustache for a while because I was complaining about it tickling me when I kissed him.
I get that. Yeah.
Hang on.
Oh.
Okay, that's sweet.
I've heard that too about the mustache. And
Hmm.
it's like,
Yeah.
My wife didn't say it tickled. She said it poked until it got really long.
Well, I mean, when it comes to the point where they're cleaning out your nose for you, it's a little much.
Mercy. Mine. This is
Well,
probably the
no.
longest I've ever grown mine, to be honest.
Now, Chris wanted me. She wanted mine. You know, when I got so much, she made me comb it several times a day to try to get it to train to go this way and not that way.
Yeah,
Called conditioner. It's like your hair.
yeah.
But unfortunately, I don't need that. I don't need that up there anymore. But
Oh,
Me neither.
yeah, I know
It's
that's
amazing how grass doesn't grow on a playground.
I might use that. I like that one.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's cold, especially in the cold weather. You lose all your heat out of your back of your neck, the top of your head, your hands and your feet. You know, you got to keep all those. You could be
Actually, the place you lose most of the heat from your body is on your lower back because that's where your kidneys are.
oh really?
They radiate the heat.
Wow.
So if you can, keep the kidneys warm, the rest of your body will stay a lot warmer.
You people in the colder weather would understand that better than I would.
Boy.
That's for sure. But down here, if I haven't got a hat on my head, I am cold.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that too with the heat here in Tennessee. I wear hats more here in Tennessee than I did in Oregon because, that keeps the heat off your head, and that makes a huge difference with the heat as well as the cold. So,
So how would you describe the extremities of the weather from where you in Canada, where obviously the temperatures drop much colder than where you are now in Tennessee?
yeah, we lived in the snow belt in Canada, so quite a big difference. I mean, below zero.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
hits
Do you
that
miss it?
every night now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now
And
it's,
the winter season, definitely a lot longer.
yeah.
Starts way earlier.
Oh yeah. Even in the fall, late fall, you start getting those days. You're just like yesterday would be 20 degrees, and then the next day you're like sitting at 4. You know what I mean, with a
Yeah.
windshield and stuff. It's
Yeah.
just that lake. Ugh, that lake.
Yeah.
Man.
Sounds like
Gotta
down
get
here in
away.
southern Idaho right now. We're getting
Yeah.
all this cold air blast coming down from Canada. And usually we don't get this temperatures until after New Year's.
Hmm.
That's
And
where Cleveland got a lot of our nasty weather was off the lake, but that was coming from Canada.
Yeah.
And-
Cleveland rocks, but
I love Cleveland.
Yep.
Drew Carey used to love that
Mhm.
show. Cleveland rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we've got an Arctic. We're close to the. Well, we're not that close, but we're closest landmass to the South Pole. So when the weather systems come from the south, we get the cold air first that comes up from there. But there's a high pressure system
Yeah.
on the mainland at the moment,
It's okay.
and that's sort of keeping the warmth. Like it's 30 degrees Celsius today in Brisbane, and it's 12 degrees here in Tasmania. So
Wow.
it's a huge difference.
Uh-oh.
But no,
He
no,
just-
he's
He's not
Yeah.
done.
he's still there. There he
Yeah.
is. Welcome.
I'm
I'll be
gonna
right back
step
one
down
sec.
now, Laura. And,
Okay.
it's been great great talking to you guys, and we'll catch
Nice
you
to see you, Barry.
anyone heard from
Later on.
Praxis?
Good luck with everything too, Barry.
Thanks a lot, Jonesy. It's good to see you again, buddy.
Yep.
See ya. See you, Phil.
Rich.
Rich.
Rich, yeah.
When you
Rich.
get 55 years old, you forget things.
So
Love you
I
guys. See you all
gotta
later.
know, Laura, how did you when I pressed the stop cam on and some other people's streams, it'll put up a thumbnail. But what setting is it on
I
the?
have no idea.
Because now look I'm still in here in audio.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like it.
What? I have the full version. I got to figure that out.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like
It must be
I
a
like it.
setting.
You can go. I'm
Yeah.
still here.
It's like if you're in a thumbnail, then you know what I mean. See,
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I think it's
can
super
see
neat.
you.
You want to say hi, babe?
Sure.
All right.
It is cool. Devil Dog worked that out on. I think what's his name? The cook.
Hey, Queen is here.
Hi.
Queenie.
What's happening? Jonesy, my brother from down under. What's going on? Nice to meet you, Gil.
Hey,
Laura, hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm doing so much better now.
Good.
Thank goodness.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
that illness that was going around, it was crazy.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Oh yeah, I got sick like the week before Halloween, the weekend before Halloween weekend. Oh,
Mhm.
and I'm still feeling like a little bit, but much better now. What's everyone been up to?
Oh, we're just hanging out and chatting about a bit of everything today. I mean, we were talking about compost earlier and all kinds of crazy stuff and gardening and
Hey,
Nice.
my house plans and stuff like that. So
Right on.
Did you see the
We're-
comment I wrote that there's no eggs on the island at the moment down here?
There's
Oh,
no
really?
eggs. No eggs on the island in Tasmania.
Yeah, the eggs that are grown here have all been
Patty melon eggs.
yeah, no. But the eggs have all gone to businesses that are on the island, and they've stopped the shipments to the supermarkets because
Oh,
of the
gracious.
flooding that's been. We've had flooding here, and there's flooding on the mainland, and it's just wiped out a lot of the supply chain and the properties as well that have been affected by it. And
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
wow.
yeah, so we went to the shops yesterday, and the daughter said, "Make sure you get some eggs." And we walked in there and went, "Phew." And then there's the notice there. It says another fortnight, they reckon.
wow.
Whoa. Wow. I mean, we don't have a shortage in eggs, but I haven't been able to get sriracha hot sauce anywhere lately for Reg. No, it's a weird happening. There's a shortage of sriracha. It's a true story.
Huh.
Out over here in this end, yeah. Yeah, but the
Wow.
eggs, that's a staple. Eggs are like, that's
Yeah.
crazy. You can't
is
bake
crazy.
or have breakfast or anything without some good huevos. That's
Yeah.
nuts.
That's true.
Yeah,
Rich
well,
was like, get some
makes you
patty.
think.
Oh, sorry. Rich
Just
was
makes
like,
you think you should get some chickens.
yes.
Yeah.
Laying
Yeah.
hens, yes. And they're not that expensive, and they're not a lot to feed with the layer feed and whatnot. They need
No.
grit and layer feed and water, and you're good to go. As long as you keep
Mhm.
them happy, they'll lay good for you.
Do you have chickens?
Yeah, there's chickens here. I've had chickens before and stuff. And a rooster. I had a pet rooster
Nice.
named Big Whitey. He was awesome.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
He'd come when I called him like a dog and stuff.
Nice.
My buddy that gave him to me because it was on a bet. And he's like,
Uh-huh.
if you can wrestle up one of these roosters, you can take one home, right? I was like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
want the biggest one in the pen. And I was like, yeah, watch me. And I went in there like a born and bred farm girl, right?
Uh-huh.
I went in there, just scuffed them up under my arm and everything. I'm like, all right, I'm good to go. And he's like, I like bring him to visit my buddy back, and he's like, the rooster's like so attentive to me and comes when I call him and everything like a dog. He's like, what did you do to this rooster? You've had him all trained up in less than a week. Like, oh yeah, it's
Yep.
hilarious.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
later, Tiny Tim.
Oh,
Later, Tiny Tim. Yeah, we want to get a rooster.
oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
they'll definitely, mine used to caw at like 4:45 a.m. in the morning. It was religiously, like, yeah. I mean, you got a lot of farmland and stuff, so you're good. But
Yeah.
I was living in like residential, so it was funny because in Mount Albert where I lived before, the one side of this one road, it was like farming. right? But then if you cross the road and went onto this side, it was like, zoned residentially. So I found out, like, by bylaw, I wasn't allowed to have the rooster. My neighbor's like, "Do you guys hear a rooster?" I'm like, "No, I don't. I'm not awake at that time." I don't know what you're talking about, man. Like,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
I
that's
ended up having to, like, get him back to my buddy's farm because I was gonna get in big trouble. But
right. So here you go. Here's your rooster back.
I had
It's
to,
Hey,
yeah.
now.
I had to, yeah. But but the funny thing is, you can have 4 layer hens in the same zoning.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, okay, I guess, but they make noise too. I mean, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but not
it's
as
the fact
much,
that
yeah.
roosters like to go nut crazy when the sun comes up.
Yeah.
yes, yeah, like 4:45 religiously every morning. But if they're super happy, like I spoiled mine rotten, they won't go off as much. They only caw crazy all day if they're not happy. So if
Okay.
you spoil them rotten, you live in a residential area, you want to spoil the crap out of him so that he doesn't go off like a banshee all the time.
Right.
So, yeah.
I'll make the coop soundproof or something.
Or something, right? Yeah. And
Yeah.
I don't recommend those the neck pieces. For them.
Neck
Don't
pieces?
do
I've
it.
never heard of that.
There's a neck piece that'll it's supposed to help them not be able to coo off like that, right?
Oh.
But you can actually hurt the bird, and then there's other people that have actually done the operation to make it so that they can't caw like that as much, and that's really dangerous for them too. I don't recommend any of that. So
Wow.
you just gotta let the roosters be what they are,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can always do what my mom did.
What's
she,
that?
Just because she it wasn't bothering the neighbors because the neighbors were far away. She
Yeah.
just had the chicken coop with totally blacked out. So she, the windows at night.
Yeah.
You didn't know when the sun came up.
Right.
Yeah, I mean it definitely helps. Some of them just have this internal time clock though. I mean, I tried to do that too in blackout because he had the run of the whole basement, my rooster. So I tried that. I tried to black out all that stuff and everything, but no, his time clock was set, like, so. Yeah, what do you?
Yeah.
Rich tinkering with my background here. But for a lot of birds, that is actually a good thing. Like even in caged birds, people put the black sheet over and stuff, and yeah, it does help with that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, less visual overload for them, so to speak.
I might have to do that.
Yeah.
Hey, Queen, guess what came in the mail yesterday?
What came? I can't see because Rich has got something going on. What is this?
From Canada.
Is that what I think? Oh, I know what that is. I know what that is.
Yeah, I'll open it up with the camera on later.
Aye.
He didn't know he was
Oi,
doing
oi.
that.
That's good. I'm so glad that you got it. So is Rich. Yes, right on.
That's cool.
I
'Cause
made
you
it.
never
See,
know
I have a
what's gonna
memory.
make it and what's not.
Right.
I have a
So-
memory like a mouse, man. I totally forgot that you even was sent that. Judy was, to be honest with you, Judy had randomly, like, we'd had people that we'd, with a giveaway, but we were like, well, while we're doing this, we're gonna, add some people to the list. And she had brought you up. She's like, we gotta send Jonesy something.
Yeah,
Like, we
you
gotta
helped
do
us
this."
big
So-
time. Like
So thank
I was
her,
like,
buddy.
it's a thank you for that.
She's the one that does all the remembering for me.
Oh, that's great.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
thank you, Queenie.
Aw,
Rich.
you're so welcome. He said thank you, Rich. Yes, it's our pleasure. But yeah, you definitely, like, man, you've helped us out quite a bit, Jonesy, and we truly appreciate that.
And
you
I
and your
got a
time.
friend I want you to meet from Australia.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
got a friend. Oh yeah, he's got a man. I don't know a YouTuber yet. Seen. He's so humble. He's so cool. He's he's really really smart, and he has this gear you wouldn't believe. He's got like 8 screens 3 different YouTube studio rooms, but the screens
Wow.
are like massive TVs behind them. So like you can, if he bigifies you, you can see your huge face in the background instead. And he'll like check your channel out and stuff. And like, but so one screen will have your channel up behind him, you know, and he'll be like, he's really cool, man. But he's from Australia. I
Oh,
shared
that's
his
cool.
link there on my community post. He's really, really cool person. He's really supportive. Sometimes he has some pretty crazy live
Oh,
streams.
I gotta go. I'm sorry, I have to get off to the shop to get some supplies. I don't want to leave because I'm having such a great time with all of you lovely
Oh, I appreciate
people,
it.
but I gotta go. Appreciate so much y'all having me up, and I'm gonna pass the rightful throne back to the king.
All right.
Much love, everyone.
Nice to
Love-
see you.
Bye.
See ya.
Take care.
I'm glad you're
Bye.
up and about.
Oh, thank you. Here, honey. I gotta go. I thought I
Yeah.
did the car.
Lovely couple.
Yeah, they are. They're fun.
Uh,
Big hearts. Big hearts.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Oh.
It's green. Yeah.
It's
I like
green.
the
Is it
green with the windows
The
in the
window?
background. Looks
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
oh, ow, ow.
If you want to know anything about OBS, he's the man. He's like, I'm ducking. You didn't hear me, Chris. Rick's the man. He uses OBS all the time, and he does some really cool effects. So
Yeah, I'm trying what you were saying, Rich. I'm trying to go down that road. Like I got, so that's the YouTube
mhm,
there. That's the StreamYard there.
mhm.
There's that one and that one, and then there's
on the heater.
like
Yeah.
the other one there, and then I want to put a TV on the wall here somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, a mate of mine's got
It's-
a big screen.
It's immaculate because you can see, you know, the friend of mine there, Lincoln. He, you know, he's been at it for a long time. He's an older fella. He's really smart. He knows how to deal with situations and confrontations during the panel, and he'll, you know, he really he nips things in the bud. But he's just super entertaining, and he lets, you know, he'll have open panels and stuff, and have people come up so you can introduce yourself and stuff. But you know, if
His name's
anybody met, it's really cool, man. You can tell he's really experienced, and you know, he's no bull crap. He's straight and narrow, and you
It's
know,
not Dean, is it?
no, his name's Lincoln Kane. Yeah, do you know him?
No.
Oh,
I'll
well, he.
definitely check it at the community tab. Yep.
I went up and short story. I went in last night, and I'd been following him for a bit. And usually, what I do is if I see somebody who I'm freshly connected to, I will sit in the background and alive for a little bit and feel them out, see how the environment, how the flow is going, you know. And if it's something I'm, you know, interested or something I feel is safe, then I'll get involved with their community. Otherwise, I sit back and, you know, I'll support them and like their stuff and comment on their videos and maybe stay veer from their lives. But last night, I finally had the guts to go up there. There was, we were in his buddy's stream, the Mosh, and there was 107 people watching. And so he kept, every time I come in to stream, of course, you know, I get the same thing, which I don't mind, but they said, can you play a song? Can you play a song? Come on up and play a song. I had
Yeah.
not been in this guy's stream yet.
Right.
And I'm looking, the number's 107, you know, they got 7 people on panel. I was just scared. I was like, man, I don't know where this is going to go. You know, what if they don't like me? Are they going to trash talk me? What's up, right? One song, man. I played one song in there, of course, and obviously, like, I'm not, you know, I'm humble enough, you know I'm a decent musician, but I played one song in there, and, you know, that 27 people came over, 30-something people came over and visited my channel, left comments overnight, put me over the 2,000 mark by far. I think I'm almost at 220 now. I started at 192 or something. But the big thing was that, like, everybody in the room was like, wow, you know, so supportive for people coming in and stuff. Obviously, you can see as people rise, you're going to have random people come in to chat, but Lincoln and Mosh, they deal with it right away. They're just like, no,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
they're on it, right? And
No Mosh.
you know
We're
Mosh,
like
right?
that,
You know Mosh. I think we, yeah, Cowboy Mosh.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
Radio Jones, he knows him. It's one of those, guys. He's a free for all guy. You know, he drinks and stuff. He's a heavy metal guitar player, and he has a pretty big following around him. Some being people you may not want to connect to, and some people to connect to. But what happened was through playing that gig, I'd never ever gotten a paid gig online yet. Okay, I've never booked a gig. Right, I've always just kind of done it, floating for fun, and so. Last night, after playing one song, this guy Lincoln pipes up in the chat, and he comes up, and he's just, lights and everything behind him. I mean, like numerous. It's crazy his
Wow.
setup, right? And he goes, "Hey, mate," he goes, "You got a manager?" And I says, "No, I do all this myself." He says, "Not no more. I'm gonna change you. I'm going to take over your YouTube career." He goes, "Come over to my channel tomorrow night. $100, 3 songs." I was like, "What?" He goes,
Wow.
$100, 3 songs. You come over to my channel tomorrow night. And I said,
Australian?
"Whoa!" He goes, "He's Australian, yeah." And he's just,
$100 Australian, mate. Don't get too excited.
no, I know. But he's
That was a
going
joke.
to the
That was-
deal of what Canadian revenue is. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he's paying me
okay,
100
nice.
Canadian, yeah.
Oh, great.
So, I was like, wow, I've never seen that, never. So it's my first kind of paid gig, right? And so I'm promoting it as well as he's promoting. As everybody knows, I don't plug much ever, but
No, you're
the reason
very
why,
humble.
yeah, the reason why I'm doing this is because even if feel it out, see what's going on. I shared the link. But there's a lot of people in there. There's different communities you can see through. There's names. It's just everybody in one spot. Do you know what I'm saying? At one moment. So, I'm not saying go in there and connect with everybody or anything like that, anything stupid like that. Come in, feel the vibe, see if you like it. If you do, I know for sure there's at least going to be 80, 90, 100, if not plus more people in there. And there's farming community that you can see. Everybody around and stuff. You just feel it out for 10 minutes and see who's who. And if it's not comfortable, don't. I would never put somebody somewhere and say, go this and you're going to be great. But here it is a free for all. It's a Friday night. It's a show. I'm playing and they're going to be drinking. And so anyways, I just thought maybe I would share that with you guys in relation to.
What's the channel name?
It's on my community post. You feel free at the link there. He's
You're
called
a mod.
Link.
You can share it if you want.
Okay.
Look for it here.
Yeah, give me a sec. It's called Link.
Oh.
It's called Lincoln
Rich will
Live.
share it.
Just give me 1 sec here. If you want, it's okay. Lincoln. Oh, there he is. Lincoln. Okay.
I'm surprised, Laura, I've got you on as Australian Radio Indie. I've subscribed to you on that channel. I turned the computer on, and I just made a comment then, and I realised I'm on the channel, but I'm subscribed anyway. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
What is this? It's got such a weird Kane. That's right. It keeps trying to correct me to put it as Lincoin instead of Lincoln. With the L beside the end. Yeah, I went and made a post. I had to take it down. But I fixed it. So, but yeah, I thought for sure you'd probably know of him or know of who he might be around, Jonesy. You know what I mean? Once you kind of get a drift of who's in the room, you might know some people. You might be able to give me a little more insight if you see things. You know what I'm saying, my friend? 'Cause-
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, especially knowing the culture too.
exactly. Yeah. Yep.
Sometimes
How many-
there's a culture thing that.
how many hours away is this?
It'll be at 11 p.m. tonight. So for you, it'll be okay. For us, it's a little late. I think 11 p.m. Eastern.
East time.
Eastern.
Australian. We're talking Australian Eastern or your
I
Eastern?
don't know. I think it's my Eastern. What's your Eastern? Oh, this is getting
Australian.
scary.
Yeah, we got Australian Eastern Standard or Australian. If he's in Queensland, it's Australian Eastern Standard Time, AEST, and if he's in New South Wales, it's Daylight Time, so it's Australian Eastern Daylight Time, so it's AEDT.
Yeah, there he is. Oh, I am moderator. Oh, darn it.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway,
I'm gonna have to find out. But
There we
I
go.
asked him straight, like I asked him in the stream. He has a stream going right now, but it's a silent stream. He's passed out, and other streamers take over his stream because they don't get a
nice.
chance to get up. And so, like, he'll do 36-hour lives and let people come up and introduce themselves, but he's totally passed out.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Well, he
By the
has
way-
other people host his show, and
Yeah.
so, you know, and because they're not ready to stop. He, you know, they'll be like, "Oh, come on, there's 90 people in there. He wants to go to bed." He's like, "No." Who's
Yeah,
taking it over? So
I was at this gig last night, and there was a couple of thousand people there, and the vibe was awesome, but it was it was just a great place to work. That was my first proper job place to this
Yeah.
where I live now. So no, it was good to get the connections, and it's just this old country pub, and it was a like a legendary Australian country singer who's he's nice, he's okay, he's probably not my cup of tea, but he's, you know, he draws a crowd obviously, and yeah, it was a good night. I actually knew one of the musicians that were there, and it was
Yeah.
funny, you know, like I've walked in and I'm walking around and I hear my name get called, and I think, oh well, someone knows me. Who's this? And they said, "Man, what are you doing in Tasmania?" And I said, I live here, brother." And he goes, "Oh man, well, you're everywhere." I go, "Well, I am today. I'm here."
That's
It was
awesome.
fun. It was fun. It's fun getting up there and warming the crowd up. You know, ladies and gentlemen, who are you here to see?
yeah. Now, did you do any video clipping of it, or is there any anything?
I'll find some. I'll
Yeah.
go through. I'll go through social media. There was a couple of thousand people there.
Yeah, that'd been really cool, man. Now, did you
Yeah.
do that show yet? That is this the one that the show you're talking about? You had just coming up, or it might have just passed. You were talking about it, right?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
the
I
one.
was hoping.
One of
Yeah,
them.
I remember. I was looking to see if maybe you were live to show some of it. It's not like a big show, but I know people are really crazy finicky about that. You know, even for me as a band, being in a band and stuff, I would have my phone in the club, you know, or a camera somewhere, and people see that and they're like, they won't go over the dance floor until they're drunk. Though they'll go over when they're hammered, but until like they get like 4 beers and them, nobody's going by the red light. You know what I mean? So I'm playing to like everybody's spaced out off the stage. Everybody's like this. Nobody's in front of me.
Well, the rules for me when I turned up, the rules were no social media posts. No, we've got our own social media team here, and it was all that sort of stuff. You know, like don't go filming stuff we don't want people to see, sort of thing. You know, and you just play it. It was my first gig for this company, so I thought, you know, I'd just be nice. But I'm sure someone would have filmed.
Oh,
something.
sure, yeah. You might find it on YouTube soon. You keep searching it, you'll find somebody with a clip, or Facebook, one or the other.
Yeah,
There may
because,
already be. What was the show called? The
it
festival?
was- yeah, it was at it was Lee Kernighan at
Lee, what?
Lee Kernighan at
Can you spell that?
Kernighan.
Yeah.
Good question.
So, K
K-E-
Kernigan. Kernigan.
Kearngan, I think. Kernighan.
Oh yeah, I see it.
LH
Yeah.
or LK. Is it?
Okay, so on his let's see, the
What's that
last
down
one they
below?
have of him was 5 months ago, so I don't see anything posted of him yet. But I do see one right at the top, says carrying it at
Yeah,
the
it was-
glance, 2022. That's cool. I'll check him out, man.
I gotta get out of here. It's almost 2:00 my
well,
time. I
you-
gotta go watch grandsons across the street. So,
Okay. We'll see you
All right.
later, Gil.
Sorry, Gil.
all righty. See you later tonight, Laura.
Taking over. Nice to see you, Gil. Sorry, Laura. We're taking over your
Oh, that's okay.
chat. We're talking
That's
music.
good. Yeah. I'm a musician too. I get it.
Yeah, he. Oh, dear, nice. Well, he's been around since I can ever remember, and he's been signed up to the major label here, and he's sort of had everything that a musician would ever want. You know what I mean? Like it's always been there. So
Yeah.
I'm for the little independence. You know, that's my thing.
Mhm.
So it's sort of like it was a bit funny that I wasn't super keen on meeting the guy himself, but he's a nice guy. Like I got no ill will about any musician because it's such a hard game to make money. And what they do down here now on the island, the government gives out for a promoter, you can get a grant, and that will, because last night they had to have obviously security, traffic control, all this sort of extra expense. And I was just saying to the publican, I said, how's all this work? He said, mate, they've come to me and said, we can get this on at your venue. Are you available? Is it open up? It costs you nothing. And so the promoter pays for everything from the grant from the government. So I'm really looking into those grants myself now. So obviously there's money to be made. Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
It's something we do independently down here. Problem is we have to charge at the door to slowly accumulate like a fund. And then once you put all your money together after like the second, third show, depending on, you don't spend nothing. Then you go to Toronto areas and they charge you to rent the space. They treat it like a hall. And so then you can, you want to go book a show somewhere with a larger capacity, you got to pay like, $150 or something for the night to rent the space. And then, you can charge at the door and start accumulating that way. But I've always had a hard time. For me, I've never, I've done it a few times on special occasions, say, festivals or Halloween or something like that. But I don't like charging at the door. I hate charging my fan base at the door when you're trying to sell CDs or merch right beside you on the stage. It's like by the time they walk in, it's like $10 door charge, $10 for a CD, $20 for a shirt. Did you want a beer? Did you wanted the beer, right?
You wanted to enjoy yourself, right?
It was easier back in the day because beer was a lot cheaper, and it was a lot easier for people to afford stuff like that. But now with the prices and everything being so high, a beer is $7-8 a piece down here in a bar, if not 10. So 5 beers is $50. Then you spend $30 on a band. That's $100 right there with your ride home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
so
tickets were $100 for this gig last night.
Yeah, and that would cover a portion of the the overstaff, right? You know what I'm saying?
A couple of thousand people plus a grant. Oh yeah, there's a big stage.
Oh yeah, that all costs money, man. Big money.
And it brings so much revenue in.
Yeah, and like the pub owner, the guy who owns the hotel, he's just gone. We're the live music venue in this region, so feel free to come back and see who. Like every weekend, there's somebody who's an independent playing there, and I said, "Man, that's right up my alley." So I'm glad to sort of got that connection going.
Yeah.
So no, I've got mates over on the mainland who would love to come over just to visit, and if I can find them a gig while they're here, it's just a bonus.
Yeah. Pay for their trip a little bit.
Oh yeah, well, make some money and go home because they'll be staying at they'll probably be sleeping in this room here. There's a bed right behind me.
I see.
Or somewhere there. That's my naughty bed. I've misbehaved. I've got to come there.
Oh yeah.
I've locked you out tonight. That's all right. I've got my own little playpen.
I think I'm going to wrap this up too. We're getting thinner, so thank you guys for all coming in. I appreciate it. God bless you guys, and we'll see all of you next time. Bye-bye.
Cheers.